The United Kingdom is in a cost of living crisis, but it's not as bad as the country I just left, the United States. So in this video, I'll walk you through my exact monthly expenses being here in the UK so you can get an idea of what your monthly expenses might be if you move here. And at the end of this video, I will show you a breakdown of my budget in the UK versus the US so you can see the difference. Now, your first and biggest monthly expense is definitely going to be housing. And while the country is in a cost of living crisis, it's also in a housing crisis, so maybe not the best time to come here. I'm currently staying in Manchester, where prices are quite expensive, but they're still a fraction of what they are in London, and even less than many US cities such as Atlanta or Austin, Texas. So I'm currently paying the exact same amount in rent as I was paying in Miami, Florida, which is £1,600 per month or $2,000 US. But the benefit of being here is that all of my utilities are wrapped into that monthly rent, and I have a lower cost of living overall. So I'm still saving money even though my rent price is the same. Now, I had a really hard time finding a place to rent in Manchester. It seems like a lot of people are moving here at the moment, and a lot of people are living here to commute to London. So after searching for a property for months, there's only one property that I could find that met my needs, and it was this one. So as I mentioned, I'm paying £1,600 per month, but that includes my electricity, water, gas, trash collection, internet. And so I don't have any monthly utilities, but from my research, it looks like that could be around £200 to £300 per month, depending on how high your electric or gas bill are. Now, I'm actually paying for a separate internet connection because I wanted a faster one. So I'm paying £47 per month for a contract with Virgin Media, but that's really my only additional monthly expense as far as utilities, except for my cell phone, which is only about £15 per month, and that pretty much includes unlimited internet, and that is way cheaper than what I was paying in the US, which is easily $60 to $100 per month for my cell phone and also for my internet. Now, I do have two other expenses that are optional here. I have a gardener that I pay £25 to £45 per month, depending on how much work he does. And then I also have a maid that comes once per month, and she charges £60 for pretty much a whole day of cleaning. The downside of living here is that the rent still is very high for what you get. This property was calculated as a short-term rental on a 3-month basis, but I think that if I would have rented it on a 1-year basis or even rented the same house unfurnished, I could have saved £500 to £700 per month. But the average rent price in Manchester is around £1,200 per month for a 1-bedroom or £1,600 for a 2-bedroom. So I still feel like I got a pretty decent deal, although for £1,200 to £1,600 per month, that could go a really long way in other parts of the world. You could get a 2 or 3-bedroom apartment in Jacksonville, Florida, a fully furnished 2 or 3-bedroom flat in the heart of Budapest, Hungary, or a super ultra luxury condo in a high-rise in a place like Bangkok, Thailand, or even Hong Kong. So your money is not going to stretch very far here when it comes to rent, and I'm sure that locals who are watching this video can definitely attest to that. But it is a little bit better here than in London, where the price of just renting a room in a shared flat is close to £1,000 per month. And so if you are going to come to the UK, try to avoid London and come to some of the smaller towns around the country. Now, groceries are going to be another big portion of your monthly budget. And here in the UK, unfortunately, there's also been an increase in food prices that started with the invasion of Ukraine and has continued with this record high inflation that they're having here, and also the spike in gas prices. So locals are very unhappy about the price of food right now. But for me, coming from the US where the cost of food is about twice as high, I'm still saving money by being here. Now, how much you pay in groceries will depend on where you shop. Stores such as Lidl and Aldi have the lowest prices, whereas Tesco and Marks and Spencer can be 2 to 3 times more, although they do have some apps and some price matching that you can take advantage of. But I try to do all of my shopping at Aldi because it's just a 5-minute walk away, and I usually spend around 40 to 50 pounds per week on food here. But if I go and shop at Marks and Spencer or some of the other more expensive grocery stores, that can come out to around $100 per week. But that's still just a drop in the bucket compared to what I was spending in Miami, Florida, where my monthly grocery bill for one person could easily be from $800 to $1,000 per month, which is insane. So I am still saving money by being here and buying most of my groceries at Aldi, where you can get avocado or a mango or a bunch of bananas for just £1. You can get a pint of tomatoes for £1. You can get bagged lettuces, salads, and all sorts of other vegetables for £1 per package, or even £1 per kilo. A package of apples at Aldi in the UK is £1.49. 6 eggs are £2.19. A bag of mixed leaf salad is 57p. And a bag of cashews is £1.79. You can get 2 fillets of sea bass for £3.49, a package of smoked sliced salmon for £4.69, and a pineapple for 95 pence. It's a significant savings compared to the US, and a lot of specialty products like cheeses and meats that could easily be $8 to $12 per package, or $8 to $12 per pound, or in the case of seafood, sometimes 20 to 30 pounds per kilo. Here can be half or even a fraction of that, just a couple dollars for a block of cheese and just 1 or 2 pounds for a package of prosciutto or another type of meat. So it's definitely more affordable for groceries here, although it's way more expensive than it was previously for British citizens. And when it comes to eating out, I haven't actually been eating out that often because I do enjoy cooking at home, but you can expect to pay around 3 or 4 pounds if you go out for a coffee or a tea. Beer will run you about 5 pounds in a pub, and lunch could be around 5 to 8 or even 10 pounds for kind of a fast food meal, or 10 to 15 pounds if you're going to sit in a restaurant. There is, however, the meal deal, which I think is around £5.50 right now, but that has also gone up in price, and that includes your sandwich, snack, and a drink. And this is a national British treasure, so people do not want you messing with the price of the meal deal. But that's going to be your most affordable meal, and many people have actually been living off of that meal deal due to the higher prices of food in general. When it comes to going out to dinner, you're looking at somewhere between probably 15 to 25 pounds to go out to eat. But if you're going to a more high-end luxury restaurant and you're adding multiple courses and drinks, that can creep up to 30 or 50 pounds. I actually went out to dinner in London, in Soho recently, and spent around 70 or 80 pounds for my dinner. So you're not really saving much money there by going out to eat. And I've even been surprised that the cost of getting Uber Eats or Deliveroo is pretty comparable to the US. It's really hard to order a meal without paying 20 pounds at least, with all of the fees and everything. So I try to cook at home, but eating out, you will spend a bit more money. Fortunately, inflation seems to be going down in the UK, but it's still high compared to the rest of Europe and the US. Inflation in the UK is down to 7.9% from 9.4% last year. However, it's higher than the Eurozone, which is down to 5.3%, and the US inflation, which has fallen from 8.2% to 3.1% in the past year. The London School of Economics has also blamed Brexit for the higher prices, saying that 1/3 of the increased costs could be attributed to Brexit and higher expenses and operating costs at the border. There's also this general consensus among the people and also many people in the government and the media who are accusing food companies and corporations of simply keeping the prices high for increased profit margins. So what do you think is the real story? Let me know in the comments below. But according to my research, it looks like there's been an increased annual food bill for British families from anywhere from £250 per year up to £833 per year. So it's definitely a serious situation. So much so that people are actually skipping meals to be able to cope with the increased food prices. One of my biggest expenses here has been on travel and transportation. I don't have a car here. I do have a bike, but it rains so much that I'm often taking Ubers. And so my Uber bill has been between $200 and $300 per month, and that's not using it very often. And then also I've been shocked at the expensive prices of the trains here. You can get just a standard economy ticket from Manchester to London for maybe 37 to 47 pounds, and that's one way, although it does depend on what day, what time you travel, and also how early in advance you buy your ticket. But I've been going in the standard premium because you get bigger seats, more room, less people, less noise, and that can be at least 25 pounds per way additional, and sometimes it's even 40 or 50 pounds more for that fare class. And if you want to go first class, where you can get lounge access and some food included on the train, that can easily be 125 pounds to 250 pounds one way for a 2-hour train ride from Manchester to London. So that is quite expensive. You can save a lot of money by taking the bus or the coach instead, but it can take 2 or 3 times as long, but you can get a bus ticket for the same distance for around 25 pounds. So that's an option as well. Hotels are also extremely expensive in the UK. I've been paying upwards of $300, $400, even $500 per night for a hotel in London. But the average price for one night of accommodation in London is upwards of €200 per night. So if you are going to be traveling, then prepare for that. Try to travel during off-peak times or during the week, because on the weekends, those prices can skyrocket. Entertainment is one of those variable budget categories that's different for everyone. I don't spend that much on going out because I don't drink alcohol anymore, and I also DJ, so I often get paid to go out and I get free drinks anyway. So I probably spend around £100 per month on spa services like a massage or facial, manicure, pedicure, and then probably another £100 per month on show tickets, cinema tickets, music, things like that. When it comes to taxes, I am a US citizen and resident, so I'm paying my income taxes over there, so it's not a factor for me. But the UK seems to have a pretty straightforward tax system where you pay a 20% tax on the first income up to £37,000 per year, and then from there it goes up to 30% and then 40% on income over £125,000 per year. Because I'm a tourist, I also don't qualify for healthcare in the UK. The National Health Service is funded by taxpayer dollars. So I'm currently paying my US health insurance plan, which is about $350 per month for a catastrophic plan that hopefully I won't have to use. Doesn't offer much value anyway, and it has a super high deductible. And then I also pay around $75 per month for my emergency travel medical insurance plan, and I will link to the company that I recommend in the description below. If we add everything up, the grand total of what I spend here in the UK is 3,292 British pounds, or just over $4,000 per month, but I'm still saving about $2,000 per month compared to what my cost of living was in the US, which was easily $7,000 per month for the same standard of living in Miami, Florida. So I hope that this video helped you estimate and calculate what your cost of living might be here in the UK. And if you want to know more about the cost of living in different countries, then check out my videos on Spain and Portugal over here. And if you're new to my channel, then welcome. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you don't miss another video about travel, culture, or living abroad.